Hey y'all, I am back, and this week I want to take you along with what budget food looks like in my house for the week. Right now I am baking up a storm. I am making banana muffins and cinnamon rolls. When they come out of the when they come out of the oven, I'll show them to you. Now, I'm hiding in my bedroom because my daughter's here and I don't want her to hear this part, but the banana muffins are, I make a mix, that I created the bulk recipe on ChatGPT with a little help, and now I follow that and I create a big batch of it. And then I just dump some in my bananas, eggs, oils, and milk, and it's simple and easy, and I make probably a batch every week, if every week to every 2 weeks. So anyways, so the reason I'm hiding is because I mentioned in my grocery video that I make the banana muffins out of oat flour and a mix of hemp hearts, chia seeds, flax meal, and pumpkin seeds. My daughter does not know this. It is hidden. She has no idea. She thinks she hates oatmeal. She thinks she hates everything healthy. So I am hiding to tell you that that is what the banana muffins are made out of. So when I show them to you, I'm not going to say anything about that. But they are made out of oat flour. So it is just, I have followed many banana muffin or banana bread recipes, probably 3 or 4. I also found a sweet potato recipe bread recipe that I followed. And I just sub 1-for-1 oat flour, and then I make a mix out of those seeds that I said in a big jar, and then I usually add 1/2 cup to any mix, and then just add a little extra liquid and oil, and sometimes more banana or sweet potato or whatever. Anyways, so when those come out of the oven, I'll show them to you, and then as the week goes on, I will keep you updated on what we eat and what is budget going on in my life. While I'm waiting for the cinnamon rolls to cool, I'm having one of my homemade sourdough bagels. These are super easy to make. They're pretty much just flour, salt, water, sourdough starter, and a little bit of brown sugar. I put frozen blueberries in these ones, and they are delicious. Also in the background have my off-brand AeroGarden growing, some arugula, and some non-sprouting things yet, and then in the back there's parsley. Here are my cinnamon rolls made out of just plain sourdough bread turned into caramel rolls, and then here are the banana muffins that I was talking about for my daughter for breakfast for the week. I am having one of my caramel rolls for second breakfast because I already had that bagel, but this is a very cost-saving idea because the breading is only like 25 to 55 cents if you do sourdough and bulk flour, and then I bought the sugar in a case sale, so it was super cheap. For lunch, I'm having a chicken bacon ranch with the iceberg lettuce that I bought, and on Saturdays I make my family a big breakfast, and this weekend I include bacon. My daughter didn't eat the bacon, so I'm going to eat it with my lunch. Also included is those tortillas I bought, which will also be part of my daughter's lunch this week because she's gonna have quesadilla for lunch a couple times. Update, I only ate half the chicken bacon ranch, so it will go in the fridge for either tomorrow or someone will eat it today, my teenager or my husband. I was also going to say that the chicken in it is from my freezer. I bought like breaded chicken breasts earlier this year, and I've still been making my way through them a little at a time. I've got probably 4 or 5 of those left. Tonight for dinner we are doing McDonald's Fakeaway. I made sourdough buns, so it was a little cheaper. I got the iceberg lettuce. I had 1/2 onion already in the fridge. Used 1 pickle and sliced it up really thinly. I made some special sauce, which if you were to do this, I would just make fry sauce, ketchup, mustard, mayo, and add relish and onion to it. I followed a recipe, and it does not taste anything like it. They put a bunch of spices in it, and it's just not very good. Then for my daughter, she's going to have fries with it, homemade fries, because she's very picky, which is fine because this is healthier anyways. And then for the rest of us, we're gonna have tater tots. I'm gonna show you how to make my coffee, which I drink pretty much the same coffee every day. I didn't record it yesterday, but I'm just gonna record this one time because it's pretty much the same thing every day. I make my own coffee syrups, and yesterday I used up the caramel sauce, which I made to do with caramel apples, but it turned into sauce, so I used it for my coffee. This is a chai syrup that I made to go with it, but it was too sweet to put them together, so I'm going to do this one separate. Let me show you what I do. So I had that blender ball in here, and I filled the milk up past the blender ball. I'm going to add this syrup, which I'm going to try and not add too much, not that much. I might add a little more, we'll see how it tastes. Now in this is this Kirkland protein powder. This powder is cheaper than buying it in those bottles of pre-made protein to make a protein coffee. So this is what I do. I added the milk and the syrup, and then I'm going to add a scoop of this powder. It's got the blender ball in there. It's got the syrup and it's got the milk. I'm going to put this lid on. Please excuse my dirty coffee machine in the background. I need to clean it today. And I'm just going to shake this up real good. Okay, I've brewed 2 shots of espresso, and that's going in here. It's a little full, so I'm going to have to drink some of this before I put ice in it. And then I just put 1 ice cube. Let's hope this doesn't explode everywhere. I drank some out. Oh, did you see that? That was perfect. Okay, so then I put this 1 ice cube in it. I let it sit for a couple minutes to chill. And then I put a straw in there and I drink it up. And this is how I make my protein coffee every day. And this does work with just plain coffee. I did do that before I got an espresso maker. I would just use plain brewed coffee. And I would make ice cubes out of the extra coffee. And that is how I make my coffee every morning. I am having a cinnamon roll for breakfast again. Also, don't listen to me about making your cinnamon rolls with just bread dough. It turned out really crispy and crunchy, and it's not my favorite. Today for lunch, I am having a grilled cheese, the fancy processed cheese, because you know it's the cheapest. I am having a Kirkland nut bar for a snack, and I forgot to mention at lunchtime that I normally eat more than this, but I have not been feeling good the last couple days, so it's just little bits right now. So my menu plan says tonight that we're having orange chicken and tomorrow is leftovers, but no one's feeling good in the house tonight, so it's leftovers. And my dinner is this leftover soup from Saturday, sausage and wild rice. This morning for breakfast I am having some pumpkin bread that I toasted and put some butter and a little cinnamon sugar on because I forgot I used the banana bread mix and I forgot the pumpkin is not as sweet as banana bread, so it could use a little sweetener. I also am still not feeling very good today, so we'll see how today goes. Today for lunch, I'm having congee because I still don't feel good. I'm still hungry, so I'm gonna have a grilled cheese. Tonight's dinner is homemade orange chicken. This week is an interesting week because while it's not the most super budget friendly, it is budget friendly compared to takeout. So instead of having McDonald's and spending $60 on McDonald's, we had McDonald's at home, which cost less than $10. This orange chicken, because we made it from chicken breast from Costco, was less than $10. I also made the orange sauce from canned mandarin oranges that my daughter eats, and then I saved the juice in the freezer. And then I made the noodles with the cabbage and the carrots that I bought from Walmart this week, and I had onion and garlic in there as well. And then I made a little teriyaki sauce out of soy sauce and brown sugar. Start of a new day. I already had my protein coffee a couple hours ago, and now I am having my homemade sourdough blueberry bagels with cream cheese. There's only one more of these left, and I don't think I want to pull out a whole other thing of cream cheese because I just used the last of the cream cheese, so I'll probably have that with butter and maybe cinnamon sugar. Yeah. I still have a bit of a headache, and it is well past lunchtime actually, and well, okay, it's not that bad. It's only like 1 o'clock, but I wanted more vegetables than I've been eating the last couple days, and so I made a big pot of borscht a few weeks ago, and we froze a bunch of it, so I pulled some out, heated it up on the stove, and I have sour cream in the bottom of this. When I stir it up, it'll change the color a little bit, but this was made with a pork shoulder that we bought from Winco when we had to go to a different town for my daughter's doctor's appointment, and my husband smoked it, and then I took the bone and the leftover meat and turned it into the soup. I am hungry after eating most of that bowl of borscht a while ago, and my daughter is home from school, so we're gonna have popcorn as an after-school snack. Clearly I got my appetite back because I am still hungry even after popcorn and my borscht, so I am having a fried egg and this is whole wheat toast. Tonight for dinner we're having mac and cheese. This is homemade. It's a very budget-friendly one, especially because my husband's dairy-free, so I made dairy-free mac and cheese and regular mac and cheese. This has broccoli and peas in it, and the hamburger was actually free because I live in a place where a lot of people grow their own food and they raise their own livestock and they hunt a lot, and so my husband dropped off something, delivered something we were selling, and the lady gave us meat for free. So free meat, and yeah, this is one of those very budget friendly. Noodles are very cheap. Cheese you can get really cheap on sale, and just add some frozen veggies to it. Keep forgetting to record my drinks. Yesterday I had a throat coat tea, and then in the evening I had a hot chocolate, and then tonight I'm having a hot chocolate. This is my special made hot chocolate that I take a little bit of hot water and mix it with the hot cocoa mix, and then I put the rest with steamed milk. It's really good. This will be my dessert for tonight because I don't really want anything else. This is the first time I'm recording my food today because I worked this morning and I didn't want to pull my phone out to record my food while I was at work. So I ate a piece of the pumpkin bread, just plain, no butter or sugar or anything, while I was at work. And then now I made that congee on Tuesday. And what I did was I took a piece of chicken, it's like Costco frozen rotisserie chicken, and I sauteed up a piece, and I cut that up, and then I sauteed up some cabbage, and I sauteed it in baking grease that I have saved, and then I threw the congee in, and then I threw some eel sauce on top. Well, apparently since I didn't do the full day like I normally do, I was totally out of habit, and I forgot to video my food before I ate it. So we had leftover from last night, which was mac and cheese. My sister-in-law got me this little Le Creuset dish from TJ Maxx last year, and I just put the mac and cheese in here, and then I put a little more cheese on it, and then I like mine with breadcrumbs, and my teenager doesn't, so I put breadcrumbs on mine tonight and enjoyed it. I'm eating 2 chocolate Rice Krispies for dessert. This is, I think, the last of them. Here is my breakfast this morning. I am having fried egg with some toast. I fried the egg in a little bit of butter and some bacon grease, and then I just used the leftover bacon grease and butter to toast my bread. I'm trying to get in a lot of good, healthy food today because I am giving blood today. So hopefully this will just be the first of what I eat today. Today's lunch is the same as yesterday. I sauteed a piece of chicken, some cabbage, and my congee. Put some eel sauce over it. I didn't eat much yesterday because I got some bad news about a job I wanted, and when I get emotional, I tend to starve myself instead of actually eat because my stomach hurts so bad. So I did not eat much lunch yesterday, so I'm really excited about this today. I just made my blood donation. So far today, I've actually had two 32-ounce bottles of electrolytes that I have in my cupboard. And then I just finished these bag of Oreo minis after my donation. Well, I was still hungry, and I had grabbed these bag of pretzels just in case. And so I finished these as well after my donation. I'm hoping that'll be enough food until dinner time. Tonight's dinner is nachos with beans and hamburger, onions, and some bell peppers that were in the freezer, and then some homemade salsa that I made a while back, and some sour cream. And hopefully I will start to feel better. I have been definitely feeling the blood loss. For dessert, I am going to have at least one of these sea salt and toffee chocolates. I might have two. I am also having, let me see my kitty cat. I am also having some apple cider with, I cooled it off a little and put my iron supplement in it because I get liquid iron. So this is what it looks like to have dessert and dinner after a donation. So it's really early in the morning. Everyone's still sleeping, but I realized I should probably make a quick interlude about why I donated after not feeling good this week. I wasn't sick. I just had a really bad migraine for 2 days. So I was kind of just run down and my head hurt really bad, but I had no fever. I don't have a cold or anything. I just wasn't feeling the greatest. And so when I did all the questionnaire, nothing came up. I did ask them, like, hey, this was how I was feeling. They said, were you running fever? I said, no. They said, any flu-like symptoms? I said, no. I said, do you have a cold? And I said, no. And they said, okay, you're good to go. So I did check. But it's day 2. I'm a little, well, it's the day after, but I'm feeling pretty good after sleeping. I definitely am a little lightheaded when I stand up quickly. I definitely feel like I lost a pint of blood. If you see me in real life, this is a soft glow light, but I am pretty pale right now. I like to, this is my 3rd time donating blood this year, and my 6th time over my lifetime. I'm trying to get it up. I started, my goal this year was, I had a good, better, best goal of 3, 4, and 5, but after the 2nd donation, it was really bad. So lots of loss of iron, so I had to really wait a while, and so I've only done 3 this year, which is great. It's great, honestly. So I'm gonna keep it up. I have another appointment set up for March. So this is your call to action to go and donate. Also, the really cool thing is, I always try to call them the Blood Cross. It's the Red Cross. The Red Cross partnered with like companies who donate gift cards, so you do get like a gift card for donating blood. It's not like you don't get anything for just other than a nice feeling. I do get a nice feeling, but I do get about $10 gift cards every time I donate. So just this is your call to action to go donate blood. Little woozy still this morning, but I was hungry and I pulled out some bacon yesterday, so I made breakfast burritos. I got the tortillas, a little sour cream, some cheese. There's bacon in there. I heated up some beans. I fried the potatoes in the bacon grease, and then I made some eggs as well. Update, I forgot, I also wanted pickled jalapenos. I fermented the pickled jalapenos. There's also a fermented onion on there as well. So that I'm gonna roll it up and fry it now. I am feeling a little woozy, but I'm not very hungry still, so I'm gonna have some apricots and some dried pineapple. If this is a green on the inside, I'm gonna eat it. If it's red, I'm gonna feed it to someone else. I keep stealing these from my mother-in-law's house. They're from Costco around Halloween though. I am having some pot stickers that I like fried and steamed. I don't know what that's called, but you like put some oil in the pan, you fry them for a little bit, and then you put water in the pan and put a lid on it, and it makes them crunchy and soft at the same time. And some pot sticker sauce. This is a staple in our house. We always have pot stickers in our freezer, and it will actually be on my next grocery haul because we are almost out. I'm gonna have one of these dark chocolates as after a lunch snack. I've had a little bit of more sugar than normal today, but it's fine. After giving blood, you need as much energy as you can get. Okay, so this morning I'm having a smoothie. I waited the 24 hours to have alcohol, and I had one beer we went to my husband's employee party last night. I have a teeny tiny clip of the food I ate. We had like braised ribs and chicken and mashed potatoes, cheesy grits, asparagus, carrots, Brussels sprouts, and roasted potatoes. And of the clip that I show, I ate about 3/4 of my plate. So I only had one beer. I had it with the food, but I'm still feeling a little hungover today, so I'm gonna have a smoothie. And this is what I'm gonna put in it. I got frozen strawberries. When I don't make banana bread and they're starting to go a little bad, I freeze them, which I've got more to put in the bag here. And then this is a Kenko smoothie, Kenko. They're freeze-dried smoothies. They sell them at Walmart. And I got a subscription of them a while ago, and they're getting pretty old, but I keep them in the freezer now and to keep them longer, and I just mix them into one packet into smoothies to get rid of them. And then I've got 3-berry blend, and this is my mix of hemp hearts, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and flax meal, and I just put basically equal parts of each in this jar, mix them up, and then I add it to stuff. It's like my protein plus fiber plus all sorts of minerals and vitamins, and I just add it into random things like my banana bread and stuff. And that is my breakfast this morning, this smoothie. Oh, you're gonna get out of the shop? Okay. Luna. I'm having grapes as a before lunch snack. I ate this little teeny, it's really teeny. I wish I could have shown you how teeny the little Doritos were, but this is a really mini size Doritos that I was gonna give to my daughter. She didn't want, so I just ate it. I am now having a bean and cheese burrito. It's just cheese, beans from yesterday's breakfast, the breakfast burritos, and then I cut up some pickled jalapenos and the pickled onions from the jalapenos that I talked about the other day that are fermented. I'm gonna roll this up and just heat it up on the stove now. Very possibly the last video I make of my meal for the week. I don't know if I'm having dessert or not tonight, but I made Three Sisters stew with black beans, corn, and a squash that I got from my mother-in-law's friend. And I made bone broth out of soup bones, and I put half a sausage tube in there. I showed you the sausage tube in my grocery haul. And then I made cornbread from my mix, and I put a little butter on top. Well, that finalizes my week of eating on a budget. We did have some budget fake away because you don't want to deprive yourself, you know? And honestly, the budget McDonald's Fakeaway, better than McDonald's, way better than McDonald's. It was honestly the best burger I've had in a long time. And it was just, I forgot to mention, it was just one of those frozen patties that you buy in bulk from Costco for pretty cheap. And then budget Panda Express. My youngest has sensory issues and has all sorts of issues, and she doesn't like most of the food that I cook. She doesn't like gravy, she doesn't like soups, and this is not something that like is just like she's picky. I've gotten to the point where we made a deal. I was like, okay, you just have to try the foods. And so she was willing to do that, and she tried multiple times, and she legitimately threw up from multiple foods that were totally delicious. The rest of my family loved, but she has just cognitive issues, and so her sensory problems make it so food's really hard for her. And she still ate the McDonald's Fakeaway, and she ate the Panda Express Fakeaway. The rest of the week she did not eat what I made, but the rest of my family did, and they loved it. It was pretty cheap. It was actually one of our more expensive weeks because I don't normally do 2 ground beefs in 1 week, let alone 3 with the hamburgers. But it was just a week of eating out of my freezer, eating some good food and whatnot, and also just stretching our dollar. So we still have some videos coming out, or I still have some ideas for some videos coming out this week. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll catch you in the next one.